How many times have we been told that when one door closes, another, much better, opens for us? That from every minimal suffering, there is a great learning that will make us stronger. I invite you to ask yourself how many times these stories, almost of our own heroism, are created by us, and how many times they are a product of the encouragement and support we receive from those around us. But what is more important to me, how many times do we act convinced that we're going to get something good out of the bad? In my case, those who know me are right when they say that I am an optimistic and cheerful person, that I stand out for looking at life with a positive lens. However, there have been moments in my life when these glasses were fogged. At the age of 8, for example, at the end of a friend's birthday party, who picked me up was my aunt, not my mother. Mom didn't feel well and went to the doctor, she told me. What I had wanted to interpret as a simple flu was ITP, an autoimmune disease which for a few hours would have killed my mother. From that day on, going to visit her at the hospital became in my head the perfect opportunity to show all the nurses and doctors my costumes and tell them that I would one day be like them, because I wanted to heal people. My mother got ahead, but some years later it was my body that said enough. One night, when I was 12 years old, I finished dinner and went to my room to use my computer's daily 30 minutes. My parents felt a very loud noise coming from my room. I had a seizure. It was my first epilepsy crisis. Without the support of my friends, I would not have been able to cope with these years. They reminded me to take my medication and took care of me when we went dancing at night, for example. They were really fun years. Nearer in time, about 4 years ago, I was having a great time also in Buenos Aires with my friends, until I returned. I knew that my mother wanted to tell me something. These days, Dad will be going to the doctor a lot, because his heart is not well. A routine check was made and he may happy to be operated. She told me, and she was right. The following Friday, my father had heart tumor surgery. The operation was a success, but again. And now what? Would he be the same as before? Of course he was. Finally, and because of this, last July, while I was about to graduate and I was wondering what was going to happen to me after I left university, my family was transferred to Mexico City because of my dad's job. My head was working desperately again. So with the news came the millions of prejudices, fears, and again, uncertainties. I still can't tell you for sure what the answers are. I am now at the climax of the crisis. I want to try my luck in UIF for the last 3 months and got an amazing job at an innovation and advertising agency. But I still don't know if I will stay there or if I will leave. Therefore, I decided to continue trying and become a freelance communication consultant and work remotely, as well as find an online master that allows me to move on wherever I am. All in all, what I wanted to convey to you is that our lives will always be full of moments that will surprise us and put us to the test. The important thing is to be clear why we want to move forward. I said it a few minutes ago, but that 8-year-old girl knew she wanted to heal. Of course, I realized that I wasn't going to do like traditional doctors, but I wanted and want to create a healthier communication industry and with its tools and possibilities to empower others to be better people and therefore better professionals. Today, a little more than 23 years after I started this journey, I realized that what I had been doing was to empathize with myself and with those around me, to ideate and execute the best ways to cope with what I lived, but the most important thing was to prototype my life. So fellows, I invite you to that from today and in any new situation, however small or large you may feel it, you all ask yourself and be encouraged to put into practice, how might we prototype our life to follow our why?